Good morning, everyone. Clint McLaughlin here, Midwest Market Management. I've got Riley Sykard on with me here today. It is Tuesday, September 16th. Riley, we're going to hop right into South America weather. Seems early down there, but this is how it goes. We start harvest here in the U.S. and Southern Hemisphere's ramping up planting season down there. The last time we were in, boy, it was still very hot, very dry, and producers kind of holding back on planting, looking for some rain in the forecast. They going to get any help down there?
There's a chance here, Clint, as we start looking at the maps. Some extended stuff starting to show some chances that might get guys with the planters rolling. So I'm just going to go ahead and hop right in here. First thing I want to do, talking about South America, we got to realize how big of an area it is. Specifically right now, talking more Brazil focused, is Argentina is further to the south, and Southern Hemisphere means the further to the north you are, the hotter, which is opposite of us. So got to think about that. But basically, the corn crop and bean crop in Brazil is anywhere from Rio Grande do Sul here in the south all the way up through Mato Grosso and the Tocantins here to the north. So this is a huge area. If you take just the area of Mato Grosso and put it on a U.S. map, it's almost the entire Midwest. So this is a huge area. It can't just be figured out in 1 to 2 sentences what the weather's going to look like. So really important to keep that thought process going for you as you're looking where percentages of where crops are raised. It's pretty widespread in that whole range. So moving in here to actual information, planting progress came out here yesterday. Center South, Brazil corn, first plant corn progress, 21% complete. Regions in the south, Rio Grande do Sul, Paraná, important regions for first crop corn, getting pretty quickly underway. As if you remember, Clint, you and I mentioned this, those areas to the south actually got some rain over the last few weeks, so a lot of guys there more eager to get in the ground. Whereas areas like Mato Grosso for first crop is a lot heavier to the bean side, but all the regions to the north at 0% planting right now as they got a lot of heat and not any moisture to help them out. So a lot of farmers willing to put on the brakes. So moving in the 1 to 5 day, you mentioned we've had a lot of heat, no rain. One of those things has potential to change, and it's not heat. A lot of heat in the forecast here. Mato Grosso, a good chunk of the actual farmed areas for that is averaging over 100 degrees over the next 5 days. And those southern regions that already have good planting progress looks like they're going to stay cool enough to be able to continue. So I wouldn't be shocked to see those numbers for those southern regions continue to go higher next week. But areas to the north, they're not in any big hurry to start when temperatures are looking like that. 6 to 10 days shows it's starting to get a little bit cooler. Some areas here starting to go more into the low 90s, but those heavy northern regions are still extremely warm. So curious to see if this trend continues and it looks to keep getting cooler, or if some heat's going to run back in as we look at it on Thursday. So that's it on the temperature side. Looking at the last 2 weeks of rainfall, I mentioned these southern regions have had rain. This is why a lot of planting progress has been made down there to the south, because a lot of farmers wait until there's been rain before they're going to start planting. And those areas that have had rain, moving right along. So looking ahead to the 1 to 5 day, not a whole lot in the forecast. Some stuff way to the northwest in Mato Grosso is going to start building. And as you move into the 6 to 10 day, it looks like there's going to be a cell that moves firmly across. It's not going to be widespread enough to get everybody moving, but there could be enough rainfall there to get a lot of farmers started and looking towards planting and actually getting the planters rolling, Clint. So overall, not a market helper, because the market would respond more friendly to seeing farmers hold out. But it's also not hurting either, because there's still a lot of areas that are going to need rain before farmers can start planting. And looking at the forecast right now, it's the heat is going to quickly suck out what moisture they get from this. So moving it all together, 1 to 13 day, it looks like there are some solid chunks of rain that are going to stay in that extended period. I'd really like to see rains move into the 1 to 5 day before I really start trusting it down there, because we saw this last week where 6 to 10 day rain came in and then 2 days later they backed it right off. So we got to see if this stuff gets confirmed, and if it is, there could be a lot of planters that start rolling. But
Sure.
that's all I got.
All right, Riley. Well, I appreciate you putting it together. Thanks to Marcus Weather Group for the great imagery. And as always, you can check us out at midwestmarketmanagement.com. We have plenty of other services that might be helpful there. We put out price zones, text message alerts. You can get signed up to receive those when we're forward contracting, as well as there's a lot of early morning and midday material that you can find that might be helpful in the grain marketing side of life. So check us out at midwestmarketmanagement.com. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is or is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.